Dead Island is rated M for mature by the ESRB for blood and gore, drug reference, intense violence, sexual themes, strong language, and use of alcohol. Viewer discretion is advised.
I opened. Hi, I'm Ben Van Camp,
And I'm Logan Shaner.
and we're here to review Dead Island for Connection Interrupted.
Dead Island is a sandbox RPG, which means you can do pretty much anything you want, and it's got like a skill tree and levels and such.
This is the first zombie RPG.
Yeah, this game was set to very high standards because it was essentially a mix of Dead Rising, Fallout, and Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
People said it was an extreme disappointment, which is a little bit of an overstatement. I think they just held it to
They thought it'd be way better than it should have been.
their standards were way above anything realistic. To start out, Dead Island had pretty great gameplay. I mean, would you say that?
Yeah, it's pretty smooth for the most part. I mean, yeah, you might have to tweak it for settings, but once you get it right, it's smooth.
Yeah, there was the occasional like where it would stop loading for a second glitch and it looked like your game had frozen, and
Yeah.
like 3 or 4 seconds later it would continue and you weren't
Yeah.
hurt or anything.
Like,
but I see that could be annoying.
I heard on PC they had problems from day one.
Well, before the patch there was a bunch of problems, but they
Yeah.
patched it and now it's relatively,
It's pretty good
glitch
right
free,
now.
relatively glitch free. So I gave gameplay a 9.
And I gave gameplay a 9 as well.
The story on Left 4 Dead is really not that great
You
at
said
all.
Left 4 Dead.
Left 4 Dead? Did I say Left 4 Dead?
Yes, you did.
Sorry, I was thinking about the Left 4 Dead story.
Nah.
Sorry, Left 4 Dead. The Dead Island. The Dead Island story wasn't that great. I mean,
No, it's been done before.
yeah, with all the cliches and the predictable story, it really wasn't that great. But this game's not really about the story. It's more about going around and taking out zombies.
Well, the story, it's not really a true story, but you're trying to get off the island, and that's kind of a backstory more than a main storyline.
Yeah, basically you're just running around doing different things in order to get off the island. But the story really didn't have any. It didn't really make sense. There were a bunch of cliches and predictable moments.
Yeah, and during when you play, there's lots of moments where you say, hey, this way I can get off the island, but you might
Yeah.
find out that it might not work out like you want it to.
Yeah, there's a lot of things where it just wasn't that great of a story. So I gave it a 3.
And I gave it a 5.
Graphics are another shining point of Dead Island. The water looks fantastic.
Yeah, the water's great. That's really hard to do, too.
There's a lot of shadows.
Yeah,
shadows
like
are pretty
from
much
the trees,
everything.
and you can see yourself running in the shadows.
Yeah, you can see zombies on the ground. You can see weapons. The sky looked really good. Did you get a chance to look at the sky?
Yeah, I mean, you can see the sun shining off things, kind of giving it a haze.
It gives that glimmer effect at certain
Yeah.
points, and the clouds look fantastic.
And the weapons, they keep the blood that you get off the zombies when you kill them.
Yeah, with the weapons, there's they all have a durability, and as you use them, their durability goes down. It doesn't apply to guns, but it does apply to all melee weapons. And you can visually see, if you have like a baton, it'll start out as a hard piece of wood, and then as you continue to hit people, it'll get bloody, and it'll start to
break and crack.
The wood will start to splinter and such.
Yeah.
The same thing with blades. They'll glimmer off the sun, and then as you use them, they'll start to crack in certain spots and bend a little bit.
And the damage goes down like a lot.
Yeah, as it basically forces you to keep getting new weapons, so you can't just use one weapon the entire time.
Or keep repairing it on a workbench, which those aren't really everywhere, so you have to go out and find them.
Yeah, workbenches were kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to graphics. The one thing I did not like about graphics that kept it from being a 10 was the fire. The fire was just terrible.
Now, it's really hard to get right.
Fire is a pretty difficult thing to get right, but they definitely could have done it a lot better. I mean, if you look at the water and you look at the shadows and you tell me that fire has to look like that,
Yeah.
I mean, they could have spent more time on it.
My favorite part about the graphics is cutting off zombies' limbs.
Yeah, you could definitely
Yeah.
attacking them visually looked cool.
It depends. Like, depending on where you hit them, depends on how much damage it does and what gets cut off and broken.
And they react to where you hit them. If you hit them in the arm or the shoulder with a baseball bat, they're gonna go back on that shoulder.
And they can't use that arm or shoulder anymore.
Yeah, you'll break their arm or you'll cut their arm off.
Like some of the big guys, a tip is to break their arms so they can't attack you with those.
Yeah. But anyway, the graphics. I gave graphics an 8.
I gave graphics a 7 because some parts were kind of meh on it. But yeah.
The sound in Dead Island is similar to Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, with
certain zombies make certain sounds, and
Yeah.
you can hear that from what? I mean, half a mile away.
Yeah. And
And
you freak out when you hear a zombie.
The map is massive. Like just the starting area is like 8 square miles.
Yeah. And you can hear them off way in the distance.
And as you get closer, it gets louder, which is something that not a lot of games do, right?
And when you hit them with weapons, like if you hit them with a bat or if you hit them with a pipe, they're completely different sounds.
Yeah, you hear the crunch and you hear the difference in
Yeah.
a baton and a baseball bat, or a machete and a knife. You can definitely hear the difference
Yeah.
in it. For sound, I gave it a 7.
And I gave it an 8.
Multiplayer is what this game was meant to be, similar to Left 4 Dead. Again,
Yeah, but an RPG version of
yeah,
it.
it really focused on multiplayer. The game was fun by yourself. I played through it by myself. Ben played by himself, but there were parts where I would go into a multiplayer session, and it is
Yeah.
made
It's
just it's meant to be
Yeah.
played multiplayer.
When you're by yourself, you freak out 24/7, but when you're with somebody else, it's a lot more fun.
yeah, it's a blast playing with other people.
Yeah.
It really
Just really seeing what they do compared to what you do, sometimes it's funny.
yeah, it's definitely a multiplayer game. I would definitely say
Yeah.
that. I gave multiplayer a 10.
I give it a 9.
For replayability, there were several things that I really enjoyed and several things that I didn't. One of them being that I enjoyed was when you beat the game, you can start a new story with
Yeah.
all your same levels, your same weapons, all of that.
Yeah.
A few things, anything you wanted to mention?
No, not really. It's the same thing.
The one thing I didn't like was the workbench. You mentioned the workbench.
Yeah.
Why am I paying money? Who am I paying money to when I repair a weapon?
Man,
The repair gods?
It's just a logical thing.
I don't understand who I was paying money to. I was confused. Like, am I paying money to the repair gods or
I don't know.
to the guy that owns the workbench?
I don't know. It's a weird mechanic, but it's just something to keep you playing.
Yeah. I like the upgrades. You could upgrade like a bat to put nails into it, and
Yeah.
or a machete to when you hit someone, it would electrocute them.
Yeah, just customize your weapons to something even crazy. That's what makes this game fun.
Yeah, it reminded me of Dead Rising or Dead Rising 2 where you could upgrade weapons and mash them together and make cool stuff.
Mhm.
Another thing I wasn't a big fan of was all the fetch quests.
Oh yeah. I mean, whenever I saw somebody, I got a quest right away, so I got sidetracked really easily.
Yeah, I mean there was a bunch of them
Yeah.
where it was just go get this for me and I'll help you out. Go get this, go get this, go get this, and you're running around the island trying to find different stuff. If you are playing it currently and you're still on the beach and you haven't hit Act 2 yet, I would advise to keep playing. The whole first act is just a big tutorial.
Yeah, it gets really slow at the start, and that might discourage a bunch of players.
I think it really did, honestly.
Yeah.
But once you get past that first act, it really picks up. I've read in quite a few places that the first act is just a big tutorial, which,
Yeah.
looking back, I could say that it probably was. I mean, it didn't really do anything that fantastic, It
Just kind of showed you what you can do,
yeah.
not really what you will do.
I would say my biggest gripe with this game would have to be the leveling system, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, leveling didn't really have a huge impact on it.
You have a skill tree that has three different
Categories.
Categories, yeah. Sorry, I could not think of the
Yeah.
word. 3 different categories where it's like utility, survivability.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Oh well, it's something.
And your weapon specialty.
Yeah, because out of the 4 characters, there's different specialties for each one.
Yeah, one of them is a throwing specialist and a jack of all trades. One of them specializes in blunt weapons and is a tank. For those of you that have played different RPGs, know what a tank is. A tank is the person that takes all the damage and tries to keep all the enemies attacking him or her.
And another one is a gun expert, and the other one is a sharp weapons expert.
Yeah, sharp weapons expert. But they all have a different. They have two similar trees, and then
Yeah.
their specialty tree is
Yeah.
different.
But just because that's your specialty, you don't have to use them.
Yeah, I played as Logan, the throwing specialist, which his name is actually Logan,
Yeah.
and I focused mainly on sharp weapons.
And I played with Sam B. I think that's his name, right?
Yeah, Sam B, I think.
Yeah, and I focused on blunt weapons.
But the tree while useful, required you to put 3 points into a certain skill so you could advance down the tree.
Yeah.
It's a tree very, very similar to World of Warcraft. For any of you that have played that, the talent tree there is so much alike as the
I never really
Dead
got
Island
into
one.
Warcraft, so I
World of
wouldn't be
Warcraft.
able to compare.
Warcraft's a different game.
Well, fine.
But the thing about not really necessarily the talent tree, but zombies level up as you level up. So if I'm level 50, zombies are gonna be level 50. They're not gonna be level 1, which really takes some of the RPG sense out of it. It's like, why am I leveling up if the zombies are still gonna have that edge over me?
It's weird.
I feel like as I level up, I should get an edge over the zombies a little bit.
Yeah.
Which might sound like, oh, I'm just complaining because I can't do it, but
Well, I guess the skills kind of give you an edge, but still.
yeah, I mean, when they have just as much HP as you, if not more, what's the point in leveling up?
Yeah.
Weapons.
There's so many weapons in this.
Yeah, there's tons of weapons. I found that strike weapons had a significant edge over the special infected.
Yeah.
Like there's there's the, what are they called?
Thug?
The walkers or whatever. The most common one.
Yeah, just call them commons.
I don't know what to
I
call
don't
them. I can't think of it.
You know what we're talking about.
They're slow. They don't really do much for you. They just
Yeah.
they'll usually you find a lot of them on the ground. I think walkers. Walkers is what they're
Walkers,
called.
okay.
I knew that.
Oh.
And as their name says, they don't really run too much. They might break into a brisk walk,
Yeah.
but they don't run at you. There's the infected, which in my opinion are the most deadly zombie, which they will, as soon as they see you,
Yeah,
no
they
matter how
just go
far you are,
crazy.
they'll sprint after you. One thing I found to be useful was to just kind of back up and time your swing with a knife or a sword
Or you could
machete.
kick them until they get knocked down, then
Yeah,
hit them
if-
while they're on the ground.
Yeah, if you kick them a lot, they'll fall down, and then you can do what you want with them. Not like that. Can I say that?
I don't know.
But anyway, you can, there's the thugs, which are the most annoying.
Yeah,
Thugs are, they're like big. They're like 6'5".
Yeah, you have to kind of like go in and attack and back up and constantly do that until they go down.
Yeah, if they hit you, they will knock you back a few feet, and they'll take a few bars of your health.
Yeah, what I found is the easiest thing to do is take a blunt weapon and just break their arms.
Yeah. Other thing about the health, you can't take too many hits in this game.
Yeah, you can't just go in and be Rambo.
Yeah, I mean, if you
Zombie
get 4 or
Rambo.
5 hits from behind, you're pretty much done.
Yeah.
No matter what your level is, which I know I was complaining about the zombies leveling up with you, but I guess that's, that makes kind of good sense to
Yeah.
keep you on your toes, but still, I feel like I should have some sort of edge over them once I'm level 50.
You can always like find energy drinks and stuff to bring your health back up.
Yeah,
but-
the only thing, health items that give you health, the only ones you can carry around are med kits. Yeah, you
yeah.
can't carry apples or anything like that.
Yeah.
You have to just, when you find them, you have to use them on the spot or leave them.
Energy drinks are found everywhere, and they give you health for some reason.
Yeah, I guess that was just their idea, their thinking maybe.
Gives you energy.
But there was the assassin. Is that what they're called? The ones with the like they don't have hands. They have like bones.
I'm not really sure what they're
I
called.
can't think what they were called. The assassins were similar to the infected in that they would sprint after you, but for some reason they had a lot more health too. But for some reason I feel like they just weren't that deadly.
Yeah.
They just it was pretty easy. They would sprint at you and you just cut them
Yeah,
or
I
kick
think
them.
I think there's a big drop off between like easy and hard because there's no like median in zombies.
Yeah, it's kind of different.
Yeah.
They just they weren't that hard. Butchers, I think. Butchers? Was it butchers?
Butchers.
Butchers, yeah. Butchers was the one I'm talking about. You don't. I think I only encountered like 3 or 4 of them. But
yeah, you don't see. I don't think you see that much. do
yeah,
you?
no.
No.
There's suiciders, which are these zombies that as soon as they see you, they'll walk up to you and try to explode. And if you're in their blast radius, it will kill you no matter your level. You'll die. They were pretty simple. You could just one thing I found to do is they were huddled up with a bunch of zombies. You could just run up to them and
Yeah.
run up to them and get them to notice you, and then run away, and they would explode and kill all the zombies.
Yeah.
That was helpful.
Zombomb.
Yeah. We covered the thugs. Floaters. We didn't cover floaters. Floaters are extremely similar to Left 4 Dead's Boomer.
Yeah.
If any of you know what that is, it's a big, very big guy.
Morbidly obese guy.
Yeah.
And he booms.
He vomits on you, and his vomit is extremely deadly. In Dead Island, it kills you fast. I think the best way to take care of them was to just shoot them. I mean, because if you got close to them, they would start to vomit. If I didn't want to waste gun ammo, I would just run up to them and kick them a few times, and just continue to kick them, and then hit them and kick them, hit them and kick them.
Yeah. It might take you a while, but you'll survive.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that the variety of zombies kept you playing. So, did we cover replayability yet?
Yeah.
Did we give our scores? We kind of got sidetracked.
Okay. Well,
I'm sorry. We'll do it again. Our replayability is a 6.
and I gave it a 6 as well.
So my score is a 7.
My score is a 7 as well.
So that makes our connection up to score a 7.
So it's an okay game.
Yeah,
I mean, it's really, you'll love it a lot or you'll think it's okay.
If you're a big zombie fan, this is definitely get the game without a doubt. I like zombie games. I didn't pick this one up because it got some bad reviews, and then I got a chance to play it, and now I might just have to pick it up because it was pretty great.
If you want the most out of this game, you have to play it with your friends.
Definitely. We actually had a bit of a thing where we tried to play and we couldn't play unless we had Xbox Live, so we were kind of freaking out when we needed to do gameplay for the show.
I didn't know what to do when I saw that, but apparently you have to go in the settings and switch it. So
you go into the settings, the main menu, and just switch it to single player from cooperative play. Which
it doesn't come out and tell you that, which is kind of bad. But
it automatically sets it to single player or not single player, multiplayer.
Yeah.
And if
so in case you don't have online, don't freak out. Just go into the settings.
Yeah, just go into options, and I think it's under online or gameplay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're a diehard zombie fan, definitely buy it without a doubt.
Yeah.
Replayability it was all right, but like I said, with the zombies living with you, it just was the same game. You didn't get any stronger against them. You just did the same thing over and over.
It's like once you beat the game, you kind of know what happens, so you might not want to play it again, but it just depends on your personality.
But I honestly don't think the story plays into it, really.
No.
I mean, it wasn't that great of a game. It was more about going out and taking care of business.
Yeah.
But I would put this above Gears of War, honestly, on my review.
I wouldn't.
I give like a 7.5 to Gears of War?
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm just not a huge Gears fan. But it was. I liked it. It really, people were expecting, they put it up on a pedestal that it couldn't meet their expectations.
I mean, there hasn't really been, if there has been a zombie RPG before, there's none that are really famous. So.
Yeah, I mean, it really took, the whole Fallout and Left 4 Dead and Dead Rising and mashed it all together, and it was great,
So, I hope we can actually see a second one where they improve on this.
I know they're bringing out DLC, but I don't know about a sequel yet. Hopefully, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Kind of improve on some of the problems that they have. Oh, one big, huge problem I saw. There was a glitch where I died and I respawned in a house with some people. I went to open the door, and I had to break the door down. And when I broke it down, there was a zombie right outside the door, and the zombie continued to bang on the open, where the door should have been. It continued to bang on that door that wasn't there. And it made sounds when it hit the invisible door. I
heard about that.
Yeah, I couldn't leave the house, and I thought that my whole save was ruined. I was going to start over. But what I ended up doing was going in to your quest log, choosing to track a different quest, and reloading, and it sent me somewhere else. And then I never went back to that house again because I was scared.
Yeah. Every game has its glitches, but...
Yeah, I feel like this one kind of had some game-breaking glitches.
Yeah.
That's definitely something they should have patched, but...
No game's perfect, but you can't have big problems like that.
Yeah, every game has a little problem. Gears of War had a online problem.
Yeah.
But that was a game-breaking glitch.
Yeah.
That would ruin your entire save, and that would turn me off to a game. I would not replay that game if I wasn't going to play it if I had to restart my game. So, that's one big problem I have with it.
Yeah.
But, overall, solid game, would you say?
Yeah, it's a very good game.
I would definitely recommend it.
Especially for zombie fans.
Yeah. Be on the lookout for our Halloween special. I'm Logan Shaner or Reckless Panda,
And I'm Ben Van Camp or Mr. Cornflake.
and we'll see you later.